Hi, everyone. Hope everything's going well with you. This is Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. My website is alphawisdom.love. It's listed below the video if you are curious about Alphawisdom or more about me, Mystic Cassandria. This channel offers lessons, as many of you know, in how to read palms. This is lesson 49. And in this lesson, we're going to be talking about a minor line that may or not appear in everyone's palm. It is a line that moves toward the little finger. It's called the Mercury line because the little finger's planetary name is Mercury, the planet of communication. All right? So let's get started. Look at your hands. I'm hoping now you're feeling a little more confident if you've been following the videos, and you should be ready to be looking at someone else's palm. That way you get much more confidence than just looking at your own palm. Okay, with that said, let's get started with lesson 49. Now we're looking at a palm that shows you what we're talking about. That's the Mercury finger. I've named the major lines that are there on the palm in case you may have forgotten. Just a reminder, the lifeline curves around the thumb ball. The headline is the line that's just above it. The heart line starts across the palm under the little finger, and the fate line starts near the wrist in the center of the palm. So this line is represented by the red line. We will see examples of how this red line looks. It's called anxiety. We all get the nerves about different things that happen in our lives, and we always will have a line or some kind of mark that tells us what is going on. So the Mercury line could be referred to as line of anxiety, nervous activity, and also health line. All right, what is it now? It is a single, very thin angular line. That is, it may run at an angle or it could be running straight, vertical. It could be a single line or a series of thin lines that run across the palm. It can run from the lifeline, it can run from the fate line, or it could run somewhere from the lunar mount toward the Mercury mount under the little finger. Just like with the sun line or the Apollo line that we were talking about in the previous lessons, to be that line name, we have to see where it's going. Where is it headed? In this case, this line, anxiety line or Mercury line or nervous activity or health line, always goes to the little finger, okay? So if you're looking at a line that's moving on your palm, look at where it's headed. That will tell you what it is. All right, what does this indicate? It indicates that the individual has good communication skills and concerns on the digestive and nervous systems. Now that is connected to the digestive system. So if there is a series of broken lines, as what you're looking at now, the lines move for a little bit and then they're separate. That's on the illustration that you're looking at. Entrenched-like lines and an overactive nervous system is negatively affecting the digestion and generally the health. Think about it. If you become nervous about something, let's say you have to stand before a group and do some kind of presentation, or you're meeting people and you're a little concerned, you need to be accepted, or you're trying to get a job, or you're going into school and this is your first day. Whatever the case is, it's always a little jittery, nervousness. Well, some people have it in a little more, we can call it, I won't say extreme, but much more notable case. And if it happens like this all the time, let's say you're a performer and you're about to walk on stage, believe me, you will have nerves. And with some people, it's so many nerves and you're shaking. and you're not thinking about anything connected with food. That's not on your mind. You're just so nervous. That happens. Well, anyway, I brought in you're not thinking about food because it does affect your digestive system. You can't digest anything. That's not on your mind. Okay? Now, the elderly, or the people that are really up in age, are much more likely to display a too deep or broken line formation than the young. All right? So if you're an older person, let's say in your 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, these lines may be a little more defined if they're there. Remember at the beginning I said everybody does not have these lines, okay? It is often later in life when we suffer from nerves and digestion becomes more fragile as a result. That's in your older age, okay? If the line is clear, fine, and straight, it's a sign of brilliance, mental brilliance. Communication, remember? In this form, it is often seen on the palms of writers, inventors, and those with many ideas. It's almost like they have so many ideas, it's like pulling them out of the air. They just seem to pop up. Anyway, so that's what this is all about. So let's take a look at another one. I hope if you have any questions, you can always ask them. All right, let's see another example. All right, here's a Mercury line. Look at those lines. They seem to be very thin, and their space is like 2 or 3 sets of lines. You may have 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, but it's always 2 or more lines. Nervous activity, and you can't help it. Let's take another look. All right, here's a clear, fine line. It's running from, well, it could be the fade, but looks like it's a little bit of the lifeline. Remember, it can go either way. Clear, fine, straight line. So that's good. That's good. Great communication skills, and since the line is clear, brilliance, mental brilliance here. All right, we will look at one more. And here's one coming from the lunar area. The lunar area is, remember, that area just below the Mercury or little finger or Mercury mount, right across from the thumb ball. That's the lunar area. And see that line is straight? So that's your Mercury line. Okay. All right, that's our lesson for today on the Mercury line. If you don't have it, then good for you. No, you can handle any nerves that you may have. This is for people who really are constantly having that same worry feeling, and it kind of takes over them for a while until they calm down. Again, I recommend to just sit and meditate, sit quietly, breathe, and mentally tell yourself to relax. It may take a few minutes, but it works. Okay? All right. If you like this lesson, please give a thumbs up and feel free to share. There may be others who haven't seen it who would be very interested in this. And by all means, subscribe. I appreciate that. That lets me know I should just keep going, because you are interested. Well, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Stay safe.